Hello and welcome to Magnetic Learning. In this session, we are going to learn about expanded form and short form of decimals. So let's get started. What is expanded form? Well, expanded form refers to writing the numbers as the sum of the values of its individual digit, showing or writing each digit's place value, like 3 in thousands place, 4 in hundreds place, so 400, 5 in tens place, so plus 50, and 6 in ones place, so plus 6. Now let's learn expanded form of decimals. Now we have learned what expanded form is. Now let's consider one example to understand how do we write expanded form of decimals. For that, let's see or take help of the place value chart. Now this place value chart is showing you the places hundreds, tens, ones, then decimal, then comes your tenth, hundredth and thousand. Let us place each of the digits in this number using the place value chart. Your number is 315 decimal 453. So how are we going to write? 3 in hundreds place, 1 in tens place, 5 in ones place, then your decimal point, then comes your 4 in tenth place, then 5 in hundredth place, then 3 in thousandth place. After having placed all the digits of the number in the place value chart, now let us go for expanded form, writing the number in expanded form. So how are we going to write? We are going to first thus we are going to write 315 decimal 453 equals to 3 is in hundreds place. So write down 3 hundreds. First we are going to write in words 3 hundreds. Then we are going to put the sign of plus because we are writing the sum of the value of each place, right? So 3 hundreds. Then 1 is in tens place. So 1 10 plus 5 ones. Then next our whole number is finished. Now after that we are coming to fractional part, decimal fraction part. So after decimal point we have decimal fraction part. So we are going to write 4 tenths. 4 tenths plus 5 hundredths plus 3000th. After having written our first expanded form in words, now we are going to change all the words in numbers. And how are we going to do that? That is also very simple. We are going to write 3 into 100 plus 1 into 10 plus 5 ones means 5 into 1 plus 4 tenth means 4 by 10. 4 by 10 or 4 upon 10 plus 5 hundredth. 5 by 100 500th, and then comes your 3000th. So this is how you are writing the next. This is your expanded notation. There's a difference between expanded form and expanded notation. Now we are using the sign of multiplication over here, right? Now next we are going to last our expanded representation will be 3 into 100 is 300 plus 110 is 10 plus 5 ones is 5 plus, now represent this in decimal. How are we going to represent this in decimal? 4 by 10. How are we going to write 4 by 10? Yes. Number of 0 in the denominator place? Only 1. So after one digit there will be a decimal point. So we are going to put a decimal point after 4. Only 1. So 0.4. Then comes your 0, 0, 2 zeros are there in your 100. How many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So after 5, how many places you need? Yes, one more place you need, right? Here 2 zeros are there, so 2 places you need to put a decimal point. But 5 is only a single digit number. 5 is only a single digit number. Where is another number? There is no another number. How can you count two numbers? So to count two numbers and then to put a dot, a point, you have to put a 0. So it will become 1, 2. 1, 2. Then you can put a decimal point. So 0.05. Then in the last one, 3 zeros are there in 1000. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and then there will be a point. So it will be 0.003. Here will be a 0. So this is how decimal representation of the number can be done. So 300, so place value of 3 is 300, 1 is 10, 5 is ones, decimal place value here 4, 0 decimal 4, 100th place 5 is there, so 0.05, and then 3 is in thousands place, so 0.003. Now let's see another example to understand it better. Here the question is 853.628, and you have to write this in an expanded form. The same way, if the question is asking you to write it in one form only, just write in one way, then you can use the third way of writing directly. 800 plus 50 plus 3 plus 6 is in decimal, whatever decimal place it is, then write it in decimal form directly. But if it is asking you to write in 3 different forms, then you are going to represent it in this way. First you will write in words, that is 8 is in hundredths place, so write the place value 8 hundredths. Then place value of 5 is your tenths. Then your place value of 3 is ones. Then comes your 6, and 6 is after decimal point, and after decimal point your decimal fraction part starts, right? And what is the place value of 6? 10th place, right? So we will write 6 tenth. Then we will write the next number 2, which is in hundredths place. And then comes your next number, which is 8, and 8 is in thousandths place. Thousandths. Okay. And then after that, this is the first way of writing where we are writing in words. Then we are going to take the second way of writing, which says writing in numbers. And here 800, to change 100 into number, we are going to put the sign of multiplication. 8 into 100 and then the sign of plus. Because this is expanded form, we are writing the value of each number using the sign of plus. Okay, sum says plus. 5 into 10 plus 3 into 1 plus 6 is in 10th place. 6 is in which place? 10th place. So 6 by 10 plus 2 is in 100th place, 100th. So 2 by 100. And then 8 is in thousandths place. So 8 by 1000. So this is how we are going to represent in the second form. And our last representation, which is the final representation, 8 into 100 is 800. This is the final representation of our expanded form. 800 plus 50 plus 3 ones is 3 plus decimal representation 6 by 10. How do we represent this in decimal? Number of 0, 1. So after one digit only our decimal point will be there. So after one digit our decimal point will be there, and no whole number here, nothing is there. So there will be a 0. And then plus, how many zeros here in 100? 2. So after two numbers our decimal point will be there, but only one number we have, 1, 2. So to make it two numbers we are going to put one more 0. We are going to put one more 0. So here 2, one more 0, and then we are going to put a 0 over here. 2, 0, decimal 0, 2, and then plus. Then comes your next 8 is in thousandths place. So we are going to write 8, and then how many places are, how many numbers of 0 is there in 1000? 1, 2, 3. So there should be 3 digits after decimal point. So we will count 1. There is no another 2 place, another 3rd place. So to make places we are going to put zeros. 2nd place, 3rd place, and then we are going to put a decimal point. So this is how we are going to put 800 point. So how many places are here? 1, 2, 3. The number of zeros 1, 2, 3. Number of places after decimal point 1, 2, 3. So this is how we put decimal point. After counting the number of zeros in the denominator place, we put the number of places and then we put decimal point. We count number of zeros in the denominator and then we put decimal point after counting the number of places of the number that we have in the numerator. And if we do not have that number of digits in the numerator, then we put 0. So here we have 800 plus 50 plus 3 plus 0 decimal 6 plus 0 decimal 02 plus 0 decimal 008. Now let us see what short form is. Well, short form refers or gives a compact way to represent very large or small numbers, making them easier to read, write, compare, and do calculations with. Here, 5000 plus 300 plus 50 plus 6 is a long way of reading. So if we compact it or we write in small way, then how are we reading it? It becomes easier to read 5356. So this is what short form is, and that's what we are going to learn now. Now let's see how we write the short form of decimals. To write the short form of decimals, we have to just write the place value of the digits in short way. And how are we going to write in short way? By considering the place value chart, by keeping the place value chart in mind. So here, what is the number given over here? 50 plus 4 plus 2 by 10 plus 5 by 100 plus 8 by 1000. So 50, how are we going to represent this? First, we are going to represent this, change this into decimal. We are going to first change this into decimal. We are going to write 50 as it is. 50 plus 4 plus 2 by 10 in decimal form, 0 decimal 2 plus 5 by 100. So it will be 0 decimal 0 5 plus and 8 by 1000. So it will be 0 decimal. How many places will be there? 1, 2, 3 digits. So there will be 3 places. 1, 2 and third number will be your 8. Now we are going to represent this in short form. 55 plus 50 plus 4, 54 decimal 2 in hundredth place and in thousandth place. So our decimal representation is this part and this is our whole number part. And what is the short form of the number given here? 54 decimal 258. Let us see one more example to understand it even better. So here 200 plus 6 plus 2 upon 10 plus 5 by 1000 is given. So what are we going to do? We are going to first represent this is in it in decimal form. So how are we going to represent in decimal? 200 as it is plus 6 plus 2 by 10. How are we going to represent this in decimal? 0 decimal 2 plus 5 by 1000 will be represented as 0 decimal 005 because 3 digits, right? 3 zeros. So 3 places after decimal point. And after having written in decimal form, we are going to write it in short form. 206. 206. Now here nothing is in tens place. So tens place will be a 0. So 2 tens place nothing. That means 0. 6. Now point decimal. Then in 10th place is 2. But there is nothing in 100th place. So we are going to put a 0 and then comes your 1000th place, that is 5. So this is also you have to keep in mind that do you have any number in the place value of tens? No, we do not have. So we'll put a 0. Do we have any number in 100th place? No. So we are going to put 0 over there, and this is how we will frame our number in short form. And how are we going to read? 206 decimal 205. So students, if you have found the session to be interesting, then please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Magnetic Learning. And for more videos like this, you can refer to the description box. There the link to the other videos